Good morning. Welcome to Tribune News on Cue, your go-to morning news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. Bicameral talks on the proposed 6.793 trillion peso 2026 national budget were suspended after lawmakers hit a deadlock over funding for the Department of Public Works and Highways. SSS officials sought to clarify and address alleged misconceptions about the agency following heightened scrutiny triggered by the Commission on Audit's 2024 annual audit report. Senator J.V. Ejercito flagged concerns over the MAIFIP budget, nearly doubling to 51.6 billion pesos in the bicameral version from 24.23 billion pesos under the NEP. Acting Mayor Sebastian Baste Duterte slammed the DPWH for prematurely opening Coastal Road Segment B, which remained unfinished despite its scheduled 5 p.m. launch. No Pinoys hurt in the Bondi Beach shooting according to the DMW. Bank processed cash remittances grew 3% in October, but an economist warned that U.S. protectionist policies and stricter immigration rules could affect future OFW remittances. Filmmaker Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle Singer Reiner were found dead in their Los Angeles home on December 14th in an apparent homicide. Alex Ayala guaranteed at least a medal at the 33rd SEA Games after defeating Malaysia's Shinomi Leong 6-3 to 6-1 in the women's singles quarterfinals. Today is the 16th of December, and I'm Eliana Lacap bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. A shear line affects the eastern, central Luzon. The northeast monsoon impacts northern and central Luzon, and easterlies affect the rest of the country. Aurora, Quezon, Calabarzon will see scattered rains and thunderstorms with possible flash floods or landslides. Bicol, Caraga, Davao, northern and eastern Samar, and southern Leyte will also have scattered rains and thunderstorms with similar risks. Cagayan, Isabela, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, and the Cordillera provinces will see cloudy skies with rain. Meanwhile, Metro Manila, Ilocos, and the rest of Luzon remain partly cloudy with isolated light rains. The rest of the country may experience isolated rain showers or thunderstorms with possible flash floods during heavy storms. Residents are advised to stay alert and follow local advisories. Now for our traffic update. Light traffic is reported at Balintawak Toll Plaza, Bocaue Toll Plaza, and San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. Approaching Mindanao Toll Plaza, motorists may encounter an approximate 400-meter vehicle queue. Southbound at Mapulang Lupa, Valenzuela, a road crash is occupying the rightmost lane, lane number 4, causing approximately 600 meters of traffic buildup. Patrol teams are now on site managing the situation. All other areas of NLEX, Asatex, and NLEX connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, are experiencing light traffic conditions. Motorists are advised to stay alert and follow traffic advisories for a safe and smooth trip. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. Deliberations on the proposed 6.793 billion peso 2026 national budget were suspended after the Senate and the House hit a deadlock over funding for the Department of Public Works and Highways. The dispute centers on a 54 billion peso gap after the Senate cut the DPWH budget using revised construction price data to prevent overpriced projects. Public Works Secretary Vince Dizon warned the cuts could delay nearly 10,000 projects, a concern echoed by the Malacanang. Lawmakers say talks may resume after further consultations as the DPWH rolls out internal reforms and leadership changes. The Social Security System officials addressed findings in the Commission on Audit's 2024 report, including claims that the toilet paper was bought at 92 pesos per roll. SSS said the items were commercial-grade paper towel rolls for public restrooms and not regular household tissue, and priced within market range. The purchase by around 7,300 employees and visitors. Officials added that SSS is not bound by the General Appropriations Act supply limits, buys in bulk for efficiency, and temporarily stored excess rolls with the supplier due to limited warehouse space, stressing transparency and service improvements. Now, a sharp increase in the discretionary medical aid has drawn scrutiny in the bicameral Conference Committee on the 2026 National Budget. Senator J.V. Ejercito flagged the medical assistance to indigent and financially incapacitated patients, which jumped to 51.6 billion from 24.23 billion under the National Expenditure Program. Ejercito warned the hike could undermine universal health care, encouraging political patronage and weaken PhilHealth's role as the first payer. He urged redirecting funds directly to PhilHealth or hospitals using zero-balance billing. Meanwhile, lawmakers approved a 25.7 billion peso expansion of a school feeding program, covering more school days, milk feeding, and support for wasted and severely wasted pupils up to grade 6. Now, Acting Mayor Sebastian Bastet Duterte slammed the DPWH for opening a coastal road segment B before its completion, warning of dangers to motorists and pedestrians. Only 2 of 4 lanes are ready, and streetlights, safety barriers, and signage remain unfinished. Duterte said the early opening seemed driven by a presidential deadline rather than public safety. He emphasized the project won't be fully complete until March of 2026 and urged caution, accusing officials of prioritizing appearances over the well-being of the Dabaweños. Now, the Department of Migrant Workers confirmed that no Filipinos were harmed in the deadly Bondi Beach shooting in Sydney, Australia. Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak said the Philippine labor and welfare officials on the ground have reported no casualties among Filipinos. The DMW continues to coordinate with authorities to verify information and ensure the safety of our overseas workers in the area. Kakdak also expressed sympathy for the victims and the Australian community affected by the attack. Now, cash remittances through banks rose 3% in October to $3.17 billion, bringing January-October totals to $29.9 billion, up to 3.2% from 2024. Personal remittances, including cash, reached $3.52 billion in October and $32.84 billion year-to-date. Economist Michael Ricafort noted some funds likely went to disaster recovery and emphasized remittances as a major driver of consumer spending, which accounts for 73% of the economy. He warned that U.S. protectionist policies and stricter immigration rules could slow flows, as 42% of land-based and 32.3% of sea-based remittances come from the U.S. BSP projects the remittances to hit $35.5 billion in 2025 and $36.6 billion in 2026. Filmmaker Rob Reiner, 76, and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, were found dead in their Los Angeles mansion on December 14th in an apparent homicide with injuries consistent with a knife attack. Authorities are investigating, but no suspects or motives have been released. Reiner, known for directing classics like This Is Spinal Tap, Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, and When Harry Met Sally, also starred on the All in the Family. The couple, married in 1989, had 3 children. Their sudden deaths have sent shockwaves through Hollywood fans worldwide. Alex Ayala is guaranteed at least a medal at the 33rd Southeast Asian Games after defeating Malaysia's Xiaomi Leong 6-3 to 6-1 in the women's single quarterfinals. The 20-year-old, playing her first match after missing the team event, drew energy from a supportive Filipino crowd and will face home favorite Tesapon Naklo in the semifinals, aiming to surpass her bronze finish in Hanoi of 2022. Ayala also advanced to the mixed doubles semifinals with Francis Casey Alcantara beating the Singaporean duo Daniel Abadaya and Wei Chu. Now a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for release and renewal, Taurus. Allow yourself to truly let go of past burdens and accept them with mature understanding. In your personal and professional life, recognize that holding on to past hurts only slows your progress. Embrace downtime fully and give yourself permission to recharge. Shaking off old energy allows space for confidence, optimism, and a brighter outlook. Opportunities for emotional clarity and forward momentum are strong today. By releasing what no longer serves you, you create a room for growth, happiness, and renewed energy. Now, Katribu, did you know that on this day, December 16th of 1933, Gloria Romero, or born as Gloria Ann Borjeo Gala, was born in Denver, Colorado? Romero became a towering figure in Philippine cinema, starring in over 250 films and TV shows across 7 decades, earning the title of the Queen of Philippine Cinema. She rose to fame in the 1950s with hits like Dalagang Ilocana and later became known for her matriarch roles in Tanging Yaman, Magnifico, and Rainbow Sunset. Beyond her screen legacy, she was admired for her resilience, loyalty, and contribution to the Philippine arts, earning multiple Lifetime Achievement Awards. Romero has now passed away peacefully on January 25 of 2025, leaving an enduring mark on Filipino culture. Now for our viral story this morning, a TikTok video of a guy snatching a hot dog from a passing jeep has racked up 8.3 million views, leaving netizens laughing. In the clip, a jeep passes by and the person recording spots a passenger holding a hot dog on a stick, sticking out of the window. He quickly grabs it before the jeep speeds off. Some users laugh, while others try to track down the passenger. Free food, I guess. Let's watch this.
Ito pala, may jeep pala dito. Boss, akin na lang yan, boss. Akin na lang yan.
And that's all for now, mga katribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q.